Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this channel, normally we talk about our journey to FIRE. We are at our late 30s, having 2 kids, 6 and 7, living in Sydney. Currently, we're now working full-time. We were not before, we were self-employed, trying to do a lot of side hustles, but then just opportunity came. We did not look for the full-time, people just came and asked us. So why not?
And the reason why we're doing it is, one, increase our income so that we can actually push that towards our FIRE journey. So far, I think, how much is it? I think overall our valuation as of right now, including property and our investment, what is it? About 800?
Maybe around that. I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't actually calculated for a while.
No, it is over $1 million, remember?
Oh, if they're all cashed out, liquid.
If everything.
Yeah, but we're looking at, because we're on our late 30s, we still got a long way to go, and our kids is kind of young.
Yeah, so we need more than that.
Anyway, in today's video, we're going to talk about, I guess, a couple of Q&A that I found in some on the internet. It's somewhat related to how we go about when it comes to personal finance and our personal journey in terms to achieving FIRE. So, without further ado, the first questions. You want to read it first?
Okay.
Okay.
So I thought you were going to do it first.
Okay.
So this guy, he's 23 and about $2,000 in debt on buy now, pay later scams. That's good. He put a scam word. And personal loans. Work at a supermarket. At best, depending on hours, might get $750. I assume it's per week.
Yep.
What can I do to get myself out of debt and grow my wealth? And he's also live by himself.
So how would you answer this?
That's good that you realize it's a scam. It's 110% is a scam.
Buy now, pay later, it looks cheap, but is it really cheap? And then you're realizing, I think for some people, once they purchase it, realizing it's not a good idea.
It is just same as car loan.
Car loan, credit card. I mean, you have the same
They just
thing.
give you the installment amount. For example, you go to car loan, $250 a week. You just look at that. You don't look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, 4 payments, let's say. 4 payments, $250 per week.
Yeah, I can afford it like that.
Yeah.
But then, if I have to pay $1,000 at once, can I afford it? No. That's why they're trying to get you, okay, it's only $250 a week. But for example, the car, sometimes you add up is almost maybe 150% of the value of the car.
Yep.
So if you buy a car is $30,000, maybe it all add up for $45,000.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So I'll say at 23 years old, $2,000 in debt, let's say, that's not a big deal.
You had more than...
I had more than that at a young age. But the fact that at 23 you're realizing that you have all of this debt, let's say, whatever it is, whether it's buy now, pay later, or credit card, or personal loan, whatever debt as a whole, you're realizing that you have no idea how much you set yourself up to success. To success. Because $2,000 in that world of the 23-year-old, it might be big, but I would rather you make that mistake at 23 at 2,000
rather than when you're 33 you got 20,000,
20 or 200,000, which is what we did. So I mean, like we experienced that, and the fact that you're realizing it, that's a great path. How do we tackle that? How would you tackle that?
Well, live by yourself depends on the rent. So first thing of course is budgeting. So it depends on how much your rent, your living cost, your food, or your transportation, how much you can cut it. So whatever left over, just pay off the debt as soon as you can.
And then close it and never open it
Don't
ever
go
again.
back anymore. And then pay by cash if you can.
And
if
then,
you can't afford to buy it, don't buy it. If you cannot afford to pay the lump sum, then don't buy it.
the other option would be also maybe ask your manager if you can have extra shifts. Maybe work on the weekend.
Just tell them the
else.
situation. I'm trying to pay off my debt. I'm sure they will help you.
Have a second job or have a side hustle, whatever it is that you can do to earn extra income.
Yes.
So that extra income is not going anywhere aside from paying off the debt. I did that. I remember when I was in debt, and I wasn't going out. I was just eating the bare minimum. You know, I was just looking at other ways to earn an income on the weekend. Even I asked to work if I can work on Saturdays or Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, and then if I can, you know, can I do overtime even? You know, instead of a 7-hour shift, I do 10 or 12-hour shifts or so. And that's what I did. And it's sort of like the idea is like I just want to pay this off quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the second question is, once you paid it off, keep your lifestyle as it is. You don't increase it. So you keep your living expenses at the bare minimum if you can, or maybe splurge yourself here and there.
Sort of like
not,
give yourself pat in the back.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you deserve it now.
Yes.
Like by reward yourself at the same time. Yeah.
But once it's done, just back to your normal routine. Just try to save as much as you can, and then invest your money. It depends on your risk tolerance or what do you understand about the market. Some people like to put it in saving. Some people like to put it in properties investment, or save your first home, or even put it in the share markets.
Now the other way also, like we started our journey in this channel anyway, based on opening up an account with Raise and Spaceship, where you can actually start it with a small amount. You know, that's where I started as well. I'm like, realizing, there's a potential in here that you can grow, and then you dive a bit more, you read a little bit more, you learn as you go. You know, you try different avenue, as long as you're not leveraging. That's number one. As long as you can afford that, understand the risk. That there might be, you know, going backwards, let's say, the risk of losing money is there, and the risk of, I guess, gaining money is there as well.
Yes, correct. Well, it's always like the higher risk, higher reward, but it all depends on. Some of my friends, they're not comfortable in putting money in the market, so they will just put it in super. Maybe you can look into salary sacrifice into your super account as well.
Yeah, so that's probably the easiest way, like looking at your super account, where you are at the moment and where you want to be. And
only 23.
At 23, I'm like, oh man.
Oh my God, you just put half of whatever money we're putting in will go to the same way.
Yes, exactly.
It's time. Time is your best friend when you're young.
So the only downside with super, on the other hand, is that you can't take it out until your retirement age.
I don't know what age. Is it 60 or 55 you can start?
I don't know. It might be different.
Know.
So I don't know.
In the future, maybe different.
Yeah, it might be different. Yeah, I remember when I first hearing about super, it was at 55.
Yeah.
And now it's like 67 or something. 60 plus.
But I know you can start using your super earlier if you retire early. But I don't know. We're not there yet, so we're not going.
And we're not using super as our main bread and butter.
Retirement plan.
Yeah, that's like a plain Z plan.
But you should always have money in your super if anything fail. At least you put money in your super. You try to start a business. If that business fail, at least you have your cushion.
Yep, and don't stop paying on super, which what I experienced.
What do you mean stop paying super? You just don't pay super. You did not.
Yeah, I didn't.
You did not.
Because I was self-employed. I wasn't looking after my superannuation as much. Anyway, that's one side of the topic of the story. So, like, how do I grow my wealth? So after paying off all of your debt, I started with term deposit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Now maybe okay because the interest rate is going back up.
Yeah, so that might be an avenue where you lock your money away for a number of, you know, time, whatever that is, whether 3, 6 or 12 months or 2 years or whatever it is, and understand that you can't touch that and for that particular time frame. Whereas if you put it in the market, you probably have
you can sell it. Yeah, you can sell it anytime. You say, oh, I make some money, let me sell it.
Correct.
But the problem is once you sold it,
you gotta pay fees,
tax depends on what's the period, because if you hold it in short time, you got to pay more of capital gain tax.
There you go. So yeah, there are different avenues. I guess the more you learn, the more you dabble a little bit.
I'll say it depends on what you know and what interests you.
Correct.
Right? You learn from there. You understand the risk. If you don't know anything, for example, crypto, we have no idea.
And we're not touching it.
No. Property. Not into it.
We didn't know in the beginning, but now we know quite a lot because we walk the walk, we experience it, we bought it, we sold it, we renovated it, we rented out, we experienced the high and lows on the property, we've experienced it when the house burned down. You know, but that it goes based on your risk tolerance level as well, and what you're really passionate about. But by all means, before you do any of those, pay off the debt as quickly as possible. With whatever spare change you have from your income, and if you can, increase your income, whatever it takes as well. So hopefully that helps in terms of this question. Do you want to go on the next one, or you want to just cut it at the moment? Let's go to the next video.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we try to do a lot of Q&A, guys, on this channel now. That way it's somewhat relevant to anyone out there that asks the questions. If you have any questions, do send us an email, contact us in one way or another. Maybe write them in a comment, and we'll see if we can answer them for you as well. Cheers. Bye.
You like